We like to talk.
We like to talk. Anyway, this is King Rabbit and
Just a rabbit.
Just a Rabbit from Team Noble Rabbit coming at you guys with a Q&A, pretty much, about sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Satoshi Kato's Satoshi Kato's ban list.
The 99% confirmed ban list.
Like
Let's
the one,
just get that straight.
Yeah, that one that looks, fairly
good.
decent.
Okay, so we got.
Start off with band cards first.
We'll start with band cards. Brian Ack. Garrett, why do you think that should or shouldn't be banned?
First, we'll talk about why it should be banned. First off, Brian Ack, any synchro deck that runs Brian Ack against an Exceed deck is going to slaughter it every day, like all day, every day, in my honest opinion. Brian Ack works well with a couple of different decks. It works well with it can work with Chaos Dragons. It can work with Fableds. It can work with, I don't know if it works with Dark Worlds, right? It can work with
It can to a point.
To a point.
It does work really well with Ice Berries, because
Yeah.
it is an Ice Berry.
Yeah, that too. But the main deck that I think everybody's freaking out about is Atlanteans and Mermail. The reason why they're going to ban that deck, or ban that card from that deck, because, people don't believe me. I was talking about it at Locals all day, but I said, after the tournament, I said, Earth and Water attribute decks are going to be running the next format.
They're absolutely gonna flourish from the support from Return of Duelists and Abyss fucking Rising. Sorry, I just did cocaine.
Black tar heroin.
Yes.
But anyway, no, I think I think our teams pretty much, we all think synchros are going to come back.
We would kind of like a Synchro Exceed format, like a war between Synchro and Exceeds. Like that would make it an actual awesome playmat.
I think it would. Yeah, shooting
that
Quasar and Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon.
Holy shit! It's just like shit just got real.
But anyway, Brian Eck, I do kind of agree with it to an extent. Like I said, to an extent. I understand the Vols are going to be really broken too, and Brian Ack just, derp, whatever. But anyway, Brian Ack, yes, banned.
Okay, Future Fusion.
Oh my
Future
fucking God.
Fusion, fuck yes, banned, fuck yes.
Okay, now I had a talk with one of my friends at Locals, and me and him were talking about Future Fusion. He said Future Fusion should be banned. Now, I understand a lot of people that have played against Chaos Dragons, they understand the win condition of this card. About 90% of the time, when your opponent plays Future Fusion, they're going to have game. Okay? But I don't think that's what makes Chaos Dragons broke. If they wanted to really hurt Chaos Dragons, they should have hit Wyvern to 1.
Well, see,
Wyvern's their thing.
Wyvern is their thing, but Future Fusion is starting to see a lot more play, especially in Heroes. Like Heroes, they ditch Zephyros. They'll bring it back. The special summon.
They still do the dumb thing just like Chaos Dragons. But I don't know. Honestly, Future Fusion, I think they could have done something different with it, because there are a lot of decks that still can run Future Fusion. I know it's kind of weird, but you have a Jinzo OTK deck that can use Future Fusion. You have Chimera Tech Overload deck that can, that. You have Chaos Dragons. You have Heroes. You have, I don't know, can you think of anything?
Let's just move on.
Yeah, Future Fusion probably should be banned, but then again, there's a lot of...
they could have hit 5-headed over.
Yeah, that to really stop it. So that way, other decks could still use it. But anyway,
moving on.
Limited.
Hornet, Inzektor Hornet. I think this is actually the proest band ever against that deck, because popping is so ridiculous in that deck.
Honestly, to a point, I have to disagree. I think Hornet should be. At 2. Okay, I think what they should have hit Dragonfly. Awesome, thank God. Okay, Dragonfly should be at 1. Hornet at 2. Okay. The reason why I'm saying Hornet at 2, this guy, okay? because I do kind of like the Inzektor archetype. Hornet should be at 2. They should put Centipede down to 2 as well. That way, I think the deck would have been a little, it still would have been really competitive, but it wouldn't have had that, like, oh, look, I'm just going to dirt ball over your field, and then I'm going to swing for game. And then guess what? I'm going to go back to your crib, and I'm going to have a fun time with your mom. Like,
because you know what? Your mother's in here!
Your mother's in here! No, I'm joking. That...
no, she's in there.
Yeah. But no, Hornet and Dragonfly at 1.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
I think Centipede could have been limited.
Centipede probably could have been limited, and Hornet could have been limited.
Oh, yeah, Ultimate Offering. Why do you think... Oh, yeah. Gadget. Gargia. Oh, fuck. God help us.
Ultimate Offering needs to be at 1, especially in the OCG, since they have all the rank 4s. They have Laval Chain. They have Gusto Immoral. They have all the stuff that makes gadgets actually broke. Ultimate Offering should go down to 1. That deck can spam out the nuts pretty quick. And especially with all, like, the Evil Swarm archetype Exceeds coming out, like, definitely.
Okay, we gotta start moving on.
Okay, anyway.
Red Eyes Darkest Metal. I laughed my ass off knowing that Gustav wasn't going to come out in that deck anymore. I mean, maybe they'll run... Yeah, actually, Trag. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, okay. Honestly, Darkest Metal, it probably doesn't need to be hit down to 1. I think they could have hit something else, because doing that, I understand people fear the Heroic OTK. I understand people fear the Chaos Dragon OTK. I just think...
Actually, Trag isn't on this list. It's on the last one.
It was on the last one.
But you can still drop a Trag and still have Red Eyes. And
I mean, to a certain point, it's okay.
It's still dirt.
It makes Gustav a little. You have to work for a little more. But anyway, this is kind of weird. Tsukiyomi.
Suki fucking Omi.
I said there was going to be 3 cards. I said before the ban list started coming out, I said to my friend BJ, I said 3 different cards will probably come off the ban list. One of the 3. Sinister Serpent, because it doesn't need to be on there. Tsukiyomi, because, well, it's broke. And what was the third one I said? I think. I can't remember, but Tsukiyomi. I was right. If this is legit enough to where Tsukiyomi comes back, I see this format getting a little more weird, in a sense. Next up, Chaos Sorcerer. That kind of hurts me in my giblets.
In his general direction.
In my general direction.
Running decks that don't run Chaos, I mean, it doesn't. But...
I mean, I understand. Okay, I understand why they did it. We have BLS. That's OP enough. Like, I understand. Yeah, there's nothing really to say there. If they're gonna keep BLS, they have to hit Sorcerer.
All right, moving on.
Anyway,
Geshki fucking Kraken.
That's all I gotta say about that. Spore. Yay! Spore's back!
Plants!
Yay! Synchros might have a opportunity, especially with junk. Who cares about Bulb? Bulb was fucking broke.
Bulb was broke as shit. Let's move on.
Wind Up Carrier Zenmaity. Wind Up Carrier Zenmaity was a good card to hit on this format. It still lets Wind-Ups being able to plus off of plucking your hand, but it limits the amount of cards that you get, unless you have the avarice.
They pluck 2. They pluck 2, leaving it an actual, like, legitly good deck to where it can synchro out and do what it wants to do.
Exactly. Wind Up Zenmaity at 1 was a great idea. Good job on that, Konami, if this is actually your ban list.
What, the tour guide?
Bringing that at 2 is not going to...
Okay, no, hold on. Semi-limited. Torad from the Underworld. I agree with this. People don't like the toolbox. It's too OP. Okay?
This should have been like this last format. Like, whenever they hit Tengu, I don't know why the hell... I'm sorry.
Exceeds.
Exceeds, okay.
They were pushing Exceeds. Torad from the Underworld at 2 is actually reasonable. It's, you can still throw in something else to level up, to have 4. It's just, it's good.
All right, Mirror Force. Mirror Force
at 2. Holy shit. What is Konami thinking?
Okay, I will tell you exactly. Because Trenel, it only makes sense. Because if Trenel's at 2, you only run what you can of the card. If you can run Mirror Force at 2 and, somehow be pro at it, which is not going to happen. I'd rather run 2 Trennel over 2 Mirror Force. I mean, nobody really runs
that's
Mirror
why.
Force
Well, that's
anymore.
why I think they brought it back though, is because they see that people aren't running Mirror Force as much, so they're like, well, why not? Anyway, reasoning at 2.
Holy shit.
Tricky. That could help Chaos Dragons a lot with the milling. That could help out any kind of decks, Dark Lords, stuff like that. Pretty good stuff. A Hero Lives. That was at 3 before 2, right?
Hero Lives?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hero Lives, I kind of see them hitting that. Like, I mean...
Because Stratos
is OP.
If they're not going to ban Stratos, the best card out of Heroes... let me take this.
Yeah.
If they're not going to ban Stratos, I mean, they better hit it. Like...
They better hit something that gets out Stratos.
Paying half your life points to special summon a Stratos is making a monster come to your hand. A Bubble Man at that. And even that, I mean, playing Hero Lives with a blank field, a blank hand, is 2 cards plus. Paying half your life points for drawing 2 cards.
Heroes, they plus a lot. In some cases they plus too much, and that's not good for the game.
Alright, moving on.
Heretic Seal of Convocation. I really don't think they needed to hit this card to semi-limited.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I mean, I understand they have Gishki Turbo with, the Heretics and stuff, and that honestly is just really good. But see, they have to think. I think they should have thought about the actual archetype itself. Heretics all go off of 2-card combinations. Like, you need that card. I don't know why they would hit it down to 2, but who am I?
I mean,
anyway, Pot of Duality.
Who runs 3 anyway?
Who runs 3 anyway?
Besides, like, main trap decks, like...
Or
Skill Dragon.
Necro, or Gravekeepers, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Emergency Call. Again, it's probably just like a Hero Lives, limiting the Stratos thing a little bit.
Yes. Blackwing... Okay.
This is mine. Blackwing Kalute. Thank you. Fucking thank you, Konami. It's about time. I've been waiting for fucking 3 years for this goddamn card to come back, because I started back playing right as soon as they hit Kalute down to 1. Thank you, Konami. I will agree. That is the best shit right there. I'll probably start playing Blackwings if Blackwing Kalute is actually coming back.
And the Blackwing support.
And the Blackwing support. Rescue Rabbit at 2. Do we really need to explain that? No.
It's still derpy.
It's still derpy, but who cares?
Debris
Dragon! Yay!
Plants! More plants!
Synchros! Earth Agent of Mystery. Fuck yes. TG Librarian, or TG Agents could possibly show back up in the format. Could. Maybe. Unlimited. Now that we can play this at 3. Necrogardna.
Lightsworn.
That's pretty good for Lightsworns. Marshmallow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we done with Necrogardna? Because I mean,
that's kind of self-explanatory though.
Well, Lightsworns almost had their full engine back to whenever they were beating the whole meta.
They're only missing
Three honest,
and they're not going to.
They're not going to have that.
Marshmallow. Don't really care. I mean, burn decks, have fun. Emergency teleport.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Because I'm actually running Psychics.
Well, I mean, because also for Psychics, but if you think about it in like decks like Junk Doppel and stuff like that, that's another tuner. If they don't have a tuner, it's going to be interesting. Like I said,
like Teledad. I mean,
Teledad. That's pretty damn close.
Might inch its way back up.
Ancient, maybe,
but it can't Teledad. I mean, it dad once. And
dad once, and there you go. Destiny draw at 3.
Destiny decks might come back. You know, ditching a lot.
Swords of Revealing Light.
S words coming back at 3.
I don't know.
Well,
level limit area B. I don't know.
Let's see. Hold on.
Level limit area B.
They didn't hit One Day of Peace. Holy shit, Exodia.
Who knows? Magical Cylinder at 3, I think was actually a really good idea because a lot of the decks out today are OTK decks.
For OTKs.
They're pushing for OTKs. You have heroes that go for Excalibur and Ninja Blade, and then you have Heretics that go for Gustav and then swing a whole bunch, and then you have Chaos Dragons that swarm and then swing a bunch, and Zectors, all that kind of stuff. Magical Cylinder, good idea. Thank you, Konami. Anyway, this ban list looks pretty legit. We'll see how it goes. Not quite sure if it's 99% confirmed. That 1%, I'm willing to see what they're all going to change on this format. If it's that 1%, that 1% isn't for sure. I'm crying. I can't believe they're bringing back clear.
Because for once, this format might actually be equal. Holy shit if it's equal.
Synchro versus Exceed. That's what this next format's going to be about. Synchro versus Exceed.
Alright, so we're going to wrap it up. Let's see here. Team Rabbit
Come
out.
at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. Cool story. Team Rabbit out. We'll talk to y'all later. Like, subscribe.
King Rabbit.
Jester Rabbit out.